Chapter 23. The truth unveiled. Eric was deep in sleep. His breathing was slow, steady, completely unaware of the storm that was about to come crashing down on him. Sophia sat up beside him, her eyes cold and calculating as she reached for his phone. She had drugged him just enough to make sure he wouldn't wake up, at least not anytime soon. With expert precision, she used his face to unlock the device. What she saw shattered her. The hidden truth at first, it seemed like a normal phone, clean messages, nothing suspicious. But Sophia was no fool. She knew how men like Eric worked. It didn't take her long to find it, a secret app, carefully hidden among his other folders. With a few swift taps, she bypassed the security and opened it. Her blood ran cold. Videos, dozens of them, and there they were, her and Eric. Every single intimate moment they had shared, recorded without her knowledge. Her fingers trembled as she scrolled through clip after clip, her own moans and laughter playing softly through the speakers. She felt sick, but she wasn't done yet. Sophia dug deeper. She checked his hidden WhatsApp messages, ones that weren't visible on the main screen. Missed calls, messages, from a number that had eventually been blocked. Her eyes narrowed as she clicked on the contact name. Tasha. Sophia's breath hitched as she read through the messages. Tasha had been begging to talk to him, calling him nonstop, pleading for him to come back. Then she saw the dates, right around the time she had given him everything. And then she found something worse. More hidden messages, conversations with other women, young girls. Eric had been sleeping around, but strangely, he never recorded them. Just her. Sophia snapped pictures of everything, every video, every message, every proof of his deception. Then she moved to his laptop, knowing exactly where to look. And there they were, even more recordings. Her rage burned deep inside her, but she kept her composure, snapping every last file for evidence. Only when she was done did she finally look at him. He lay there, peacefully sleeping, completely unaware of the hell he had just unleashed. Sophia inhaled sharply, her heart pounding. Eric had made the biggest mistake of his life, and soon he was going to pay, with everything to be continued. Chapter 24. The breaking point morning came, but Sophia didn't feel the warmth of a new day. She had spent the night staring at the ceiling, replaying everything she had uncovered. Eric's betrayal, his secret recordings, the countless lies. And worst of all, Tasha, a woman who had done nothing wrong. A woman who had loved a man who had deceived her just as easily as he had deceived Sophia. Guilt gnawed at her, but she wasn't going to break. Not yet. She turned to find Eric still asleep, his arm lazily draped over her waist, his face peaceful, oblivious. She clenched her jaw. The audacity. As if she hadn't discovered the truth about him. As if he hadn't been using her this entire time. She took a deep breath, carefully shifting out of bed. By the time Eric stirred, she was already up, dressed, and fixing her hair in the mirror. He smirked, stretching as he reached for her. Come back to bed, baby. Let's have some morning fun. Sophia turned, forcing a small, apologetic smile. I can't, baby. I have an emergency. Eric frowned. What do you mean? She sighed dramatically. Something urgent came up. Our weekend away is going to be cut short. She grabbed her purse. We need to leave. Eric's disappointment was obvious. You're serious? Yes, but if you want, you can stay. The hotel is already paid for. Eric's face brightened slightly. Well, if that's the case, I'll just stay and enjoy myself. Sophia smiled tightly. Of course, baby. Enjoy. She kissed his cheek, holding back the disgust creeping up her throat, then turned and left. As soon as she was out of sight, her face darkened. She made her way to the hotel's reception desk, slipping a thick envelope into the hands of the senior staff member on duty. I need a favor. The staffer hesitated before discreetly pocketing the bribe. What do you need, ma'am? I want to know if Eric brings another woman into that room. I don't care what he does, but I need to know. The staffer nodded. Understood. And don't worry, we won't be implicated. Sophia exhaled, her nails digging into her palm. Good. And as she had expected, barely an hour after she left, Eric had already called another girl to come over. When she got the confirmation from the hotel staff, Sophia felt a sickening wave of rage and humiliation. This man had no remorse, no shame. It wasn't about love for him. It was never about love. Facing the truth, Sophia drove straight to Jennifer's house. She didn't even knock. She walked in, her entire body trembling with anger, guilt, and heartbreak. Jennifer, sitting in the living room with a cup of coffee, took one look at her and sighed. "You found something, didn't you?" Sophia collapsed onto the couch, covering her face with her hands. "He was recording us, Jenny, hiding messages, sleeping with multiple women, and worst of all, her voice cracked. He abandoned his pregnant girlfriend." Jennifer set her coffee down, her expression darkening. "Sophia, I warned you. There are good sugar boys out there, honest ones. But him? I knew something was off the moment I saw him." Sophia shook her head, tears slipping down her face. "I feel so guilty, Jenny. I didn't know. He told me he had no one. I would never hurt another woman's child." Jennifer softened, pulling Sophia into a hug. "This is not your fault. The person to blame is the one who lied to you." Sophia's body shook as she sobbed into her friend's shoulder. She had been blinded by her own loneliness, by the rush of feeling alive again. But now she was wide awake. And Eric, he was going to pay, to be continued. Chapter 25. A player's game at the hotel. Eric lay back on the bed, a smug smile on his face, completely relaxed after another round of fun. Beside him, Lucy stretched, reaching for her phone. Unlike the other girls Eric played with, Lucy wasn't naive. She knew about Sophia, and she knew Eric was scheming. She turned to him, tracing a lazy finger down his chest. "So, what's your plan, Eric?" she asked. Eric exhaled deeply, rolling onto his side. "What do you mean?" Lucy raised an eyebrow. "Don't play dumb. You said you were going to abandon your sugar mom soon, and that we'd leave for another country. But here you are, still with her." Eric smirked, running a hand through his hair. "Relax, baby. I'm working on it. I just need to figure out how to get a huge payout from her first." Lucy narrowed her eyes. "Then why don't you just blackmail her? You do have her nude pictures and those videos you secretly recorded." Eric shook his head. "I don't want her to know I'm behind it. If she figures it out, she'll come after me. She's dangerous, Lucy." Lucy scoffed, rolling her eyes. "Then let me handle it." Eric looked at her, intrigued. "You have a plan?" Lucy smirked. "Instead of trying to blackmail her outright, why not play the long game? Ask her to make you her business partner. If you can get a share in her company, you'll have access to her finances, meaning you can take from her little by little without her even noticing." Eric's eyes lit up. "Damn," he chuckled, shaking his head. "That's why I love you, Lucy." Lucy folded her arms. "Are you sure I'm the only one you love?" Eric placed a hand over his heart, feigning sincerity. "Of course, baby. You're my only love." Lucy scoffed, looking away. "Then why do you only call me when you want to sleep with me? You called me here because your sugar mom left early. Admit it." Eric smirked, cupping her face. "Don't worry, my love. I'll make it up to you soon. You know what I'm into." He leaned in, kissing her deeply, but Lucy wasn't entirely convinced. When he pulled away, his tone shifted. "Now you have to leave." Lucy frowned. "Why?" Eric stretched lazily. "Because Sophia might come back." Lucy scoffed, shaking her head. "You are unbelievable, Eric." Still, she got dressed, grabbed her bag, and stormed out of the hotel room. Eric barely flinched. As soon as the door shut behind her, he reached for his phone and dialed another number. "Hey, Sandra," he said smoothly. "Come over, baby. I miss you." Sandra sighed. "I can't. I'm busy." Eric clicked his tongue, annoyed. All right. I'll call you later." Hanging up, he immediately dialed another number. "Hey, Ruth," he said, his voice dripping with charm. "Come spend the weekend with me." Ruth giggled on the other end. "Of course, baby. I'll be there soon." And just like that, Eric was back in business. Ruth arrived that evening, falling right into his arms like all the others. She stayed the entire weekend, never questioning a thing, completely convinced she was his only one. And Eric? He played the role perfectly. But what he didn't know was that his perfect game was about to come crashing down, to be continued. Chapter 26. The Unexpected Alliance at Jennifer's House. Sophia sat curled up on the couch, her eyes red from crying, her heart heavy with betrayal. Jennifer sighed, handing her a glass of water. Enough, Sophia, she said firmly. Crying won't fix this. You need to start thinking about a solution. Sophia sniffled, staring blankly at the floor. But if he releases those videos, her voice cracked. Even if I survive it, the damage will be unbearable. Jennifer nodded. Exactly. That's why we have to be ahead of him. If Eric has been reckless enough to record you, he might already be thinking about using it against you. Sophia wiped her tears, taking a shaky breath. You're right. She sat up straighter, determination creeping back into her voice. I need to find one of his other girlfriends. If I can expose him before he tries anything, I might have a chance. Jennifer leaned forward. Do you have any leads? Sophia nodded, reaching for her phone. I have one number. Her girlfriend number. I think she's H's main girlfriend, because according to their conversation, he really destroyed her. He caused her miscarriage and refused to pick her call and even talk to her properly, even though he's the cause of the miscarriage. She pressed call, and after a few rings, a soft but cautious voice answered. Hello. Hi, is this Tasha? There was silence on the other end. Who's asking? My name is Sophia, she said carefully. I know you don't know me, but I have something important to tell you. It's about your boyfriend. At the mention of Eric, Tasha's breath hitched. She hadn't heard from him in weeks, and now a stranger wanted to talk about him? She gripped her phone tighter. What do you want to say? If you're free. I'd rather say it in person, Sophia replied. Curiosity, anger, and heartbreak swirled in Tasha's chest. Against her better judgment, she agreed. Fine. Let's meet at the Blue Lounge in an hour. 2 women, one betrayal. Sophia arrived first, sitting at a quiet corner table, nursing a glass of wine. She wasn't sure what to expect, but when Tasha walked in, her breath caught. She was beautiful. Not just beautiful, but effortlessly elegant, with a quiet grace that made heads turn as she moved. Sophia watched her approach, and a bitter thought crossed her mind. Some men are truly wicked. He abandoned this woman? And for what? Money. Tasha took a seat across from her, her expression unreadable. So, she said coolly, you called me. Talk. Sophia exhaled, meeting her gaze. I won't hide anything from you. She started from the beginning. How she met Eric, how he had lied about being single, how she had spoiled him with a house, a car, a job. How her best friend had been suspicious, pushing her to investigate. And then, how she had found out everything. The secret recordings, the hidden messages, the endless stream of women. That's how I got your number, Sophia finished, watching Tasha's reaction carefully. For a moment, there was silence. Then laughter. Not quiet laughter. Not forced laughter. But a loud, hysterical laugh that had Sophia blinking in surprise. Tasha wiped her eyes, shaking her head. Tasha, you are a fool, she muttered to herself between chuckles. You failed again. Sophia frowned. You're taking this well. Tasha smirked, swirling the drink in her glass. You know why? Because Eric already told me I was dead to him. Sophia's stomach turned. What? Tasha took a deep breath, her voice steady. After I told him I was hospitalized because of the push he gave me, he called me a curse in his life. Said I was sent to destroy him. That I was nothing to him. That I was dead to him. Sophia's heart ached at the cruelty in those words. He said so many hurtful things, Tasha continued. I hung up and cried my heart out. But that was the last time I cried over a man. After that, I swore I would never shed another tear for him. So don't worry, Sophia. It's not your fault. Sophia swallowed hard. But that's not the only reason I called you. Tasha tilted her head. Then why? Sophia's voice was firm. I want to make Eric pay for what he did to us. Tasha let out a sharp laugh. Us? She leaned back, folding her arms. You're old enough to be my mother, and you destroyed my relationship, and now you have the guts to come here and ask for my help? Sophia winced but held her ground. I didn't know, Tasha, and I am so sorry. But let me finish my story. She took a deep breath. Eric has more than 5 girlfriends. The moment I left him at the hotel, I paid the staff to monitor him. And just as I suspected, He invited another woman in less than an hour after I left. Tasha's expression flickered slightly, but she remained quiet. So tell me, Sophia pressed, do you really think he would have chosen you? If he truly wanted you, why did he accept everything from me and still chase other women? Silence. Tasha's fingers curled around her glass, her nails digging into the glass. Then, without a word, she grabbed her purse and stood up. I don't want to hear any more, she said stiffly. Take care, Sophia. She turned and walked out. Sophia sat there, staring at the empty seat across from her, frustration filling her chest. Tasha was still too wounded to see clearly, but Sophia wasn't giving up. Eric was going to pay, and one way or another. She was going to make sure Tasha saw the truth, to be continued. Chapter 27. Shattered hearts and lingering doubts. Tasha sat alone in her apartment, the dim glow of the bedside lamp casting shadows across the room. Her mind was a storm, thoughts colliding violently as she replayed everything Sophia had told her. Eric said he wanted to marry me. He wanted us to have a baby together. Was all of that a lie? Her breath hitched as pain gripped her chest. But why? Why would he deceive me like that? I'm not rich. I don't have anything to offer him except my love, even though he treated me like trash in the end. What did he gain from it? She clenched her fists, staring blankly at the wall. Was it just sex? Was I that good in bed that he couldn't afford to lose me? The thought made her stomach churn. No, she had believed in their love. She had sacrificed, she had trusted, and she had given him everything. And now, she had nothing to show for it. Tears welled up in her eyes, but she refused to cry. If I had known, if I had listened to the signs, I would have never allowed him into my life. She covered her face with her hands, her body trembling as frustration, heartbreak, and humiliation consumed her. Sophia's regret. Meanwhile, at Sophia's house, she wasted no time calling Jennifer the moment she got home. Jennifer picked up immediately. How did it go? Sophia let out a heavy sigh. Not well. She explained everything, how she laid out the truth, how Tasha had laughed at her own pain, how she had walked away instead of fighting back. Jennifer listened quietly before speaking. Sophia, she's still in pain. You have to understand, she lost her baby because of Eric. And now, you're asking her to help you take him down? She doesn't even know how to process it all yet. Sophia swallowed hard, guilt tightening in her chest. I feel so awful, Jenny. I never wanted to be the woman who came between another woman and her happiness. If I had known about Tasha, I would have never touched Eric. Jennifer sighed. I know, but right now she needs time. She's been lied to, manipulated, discarded. She probably doesn't even trust her own judgment anymore. So what do I do? Sophia asked softly. Give her space, Jennifer advised. But keep texting her slowly. Let her see that you mean well. I believe she'll come around. Sophia leaned back on her couch, running a hand over her face. Thank you for everything, Jenny. If it weren't for your suspicions, I would have fallen even deeper for that bastard. Jennifer chuckled lightly. That's what friends are for. But don't dwell on it too much, sophomore. We will make him pay. Just be patient. Sophia nodded, gripping her phone tightly. Eric thought he could play them, but his game was about to end, to be continued. Hey everyone, check out this amazing love song from Seduction. Don't forget to search, stream, and follow him on all social media platforms. Hey everyone, check out this amazing love song from Seduction. Don't forget to search, stream, and follow him on all social media platforms.